Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Uncle Mikey. It's a pretty awesome, warm Swedish afternoon, and I just got off work, so I decided to come to this seaside and talk about something interesting for you guys. But before I bring up the topic, I have to thank for all you guys give me support in this channel, and I just reached like 2K subscribers, although it's like up and down, these days. Someone come and go. It doesn't matter. I don't really care about the numbers, although it's a milestone for this channel. I mean, for this channel, it's not very easy to get attention, like to get people to subscribe to my channel, because I don't know, I'm still thinking about if I should create more interesting content for you guys. But I think the main reason is this is not a polarized channel. I try to just do like live share, and I want to share the ideas and the thoughts that I always bring up for myself. It's not like totally polarized to against China or to against CCP, or give you some polarized opinion on the Western countries, etc. and etc. So, but this is still something that I'm a little bit concerned about the direction that where this channel should go. But anyway, so I think the main idea is I'm gonna just share you some of my ideas and my personal experience through this channel. If you want to look at those problems and the issues, or if you really looking to some controversy topics, I will cover in this channel, but not that often. I, Simon, and China Bill, we created another podcast channel, which is called Inside the Great Wall. In that channel, I put a lot of effort to collect materials to try to explain the news which is happening in China. So if you guys are interested in this direction, I think I hope you guys to go to Inside the Great Wall to check out our podcast channel. And so anyway, since now I'm in Sweden, I'm trying to bring another topic for you guys, which is the safety comparison between China and Sweden, or more broadly compared to Europe. But more precisely, I want to do a comparison with here in Sweden. So I just, I'm also checking out the other channels. I always see those guys talking about the safety in China. The majority of their opinion is China is a very safe country. There's nothing against that opinion, because to be honest, in general, if you visit China as a traveler or visit our country as a Westerner, I think it is a quite safety place for anyone to enjoy their life. I mean, especially for those mega cities like Shanghai, Guangzhou, and the others. So it's very safe. You can barely get out during the middle night and walking on the street. If you are a young kid or whatever, if you are a young girl, there's no problem for you at all. But a lot of them talking about the safety in China in a very twisted way. So they want to portray it okay, so look, China is so safe, and everybody in this country are not really worried about safety issues. But they want to portray it to do a comparison with the system that applied in the China society, which try to bring up another topic, which is the system in China, which is better than the Western society. So this is very misleading and twisted. So the problem is, if you try to talk about the safety issues in China, and what I'm gonna say is safety isn't a big issue, but it is how to call it? It is monitored and guarded by a lot of surveillance, and a lot of monitors, cameras. They set that up all over the country to watch every angles, of this country, to ensure the safety and the security. And if somebody is trying to steal or rob a bank and try to rob somebody walking on the street or doing some rubbish things, I think if the policeman try to catch them, it's very easy for the police to catch them. Okay, but if you want to do a comparison, like the security system or the safety in China is good because of the system applied in that country is better than the Western society, then they lead you to some misleading path. Because here, like in Sweden, in all over the Nordic countries, like the Finland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Iceland, these Scandinavian countries are also very safe. I have to say, I have never faced any problems in Sweden. I walk out during the middle night as well, but the problem is here in the middle night you don't have anything for you to entertain because I'm living in a quiet place. But this is not something that I'm going to dig into. But in general, here in the Scandinavian countries, I think it is also very safe. And another thing is, if you go down to the southern part of Europe, I think it is also not that chaotic. Although, if you go to Spain, if you go to Italy, you go to Portugal, I mean, you will find those like a dodgy place. I went to Milan, I was in that park, a lot of, how do you call it? A lot of like unemployment people or like homeless people like wandering over that place. But the problem is, it's not like everywhere. Once you get out, you will find those kind of issues. I went to Paris. I found that, like, to be honest, like those African migrants in Paris trying to, tie up a rope on your finger and ask for money. But for me, it's not a big issue. I know how to deal with that. Some Chinese maybe they don't know how to deal with that because once people asking for money, they always refuse to give. I mean, for me to avoid any problem, maybe I'll give them like €1 to €5, whatever, what amount, like small amount of tips, and if they want to tie up some kind of loop on my fingers, and all those like gypsy girls try to ask me to sign some ridiculous like donation on the list. Some of them trying to do like a pocket picker things. I saw it in Paris, but those touristy area. I mean, in Shanghai, if you back to before 2010, you will also find those kind of people. But now, once they apply more and more surveillance cameras on the in Shanghai, and these kind of things are get rid of. But to say like one system is much better than another, it's only because the safetyness. I mean, so I don't think it's a proper way to present it. I mean, they can tell you their personal experience. I also tell you my personal experience, but it's not leading to a one-sided opinion to say like one part of this planet is better than another part of it. That's bias. And I mean, if you really want to dig into the safety in China, so if you walk into those like small alleys, you see people put those fans, in front of the windows, and usually we do have like an iron door in front of the real door, so like two doors. The iron door is more like a protectional to avoid people, to sneak into your house to take your stuff. But nowadays, like it's really dumb to do such kind of things, because getting to someone's house, trying to take something, you probably won't get like too much valuable things because you don't leave like a lot of cashes in the house. And nowadays, and before, like people put like gold and I don't know, gold rings and or necklaces, but these kind of things are no longer valuable to a lot of thieves. And even in this sense, if you are talking about like those like fences in front of the windows, here in Sweden, I left my door in my apartment open for several times. I didn't even worry about that because I know nobody is gonna like breaking into my home to take my television. I mean, it's not that valuable actually. How much you can get it from one television? It's like maximum 2,000 crowns, but you do a criminal, right? It's not worth to do such kind of things. But in China, it's the same. But in China, when you go to those little alleys, like those neighborhoods, like high density of population living there, I probably wouldn't, unlock the door and just leave my door open and walk away, because still you got some sneaky people might be interested in your stuffs and maybe my laptop or whatever it is. So in this sense, I don't think it's like 100% China is a super safety place. And also when you talk about safety, it's a very like broad conception. If you are talking about like walking on the street, across the street, Chinese people now, Shanghai, the drivers in Shanghai is more civilized than before because the government applied a lot of law enforcement to force the driver to wait the passenger across the zebra lines, but but that's like very recent things. But back to like 5 years before, you have to watch up. You have to really watch out when you are crossing those intersections. And in this sense, here it is more like more safety because everyone drives like in a civilized way, and so. When you are crossing the street, 80%, not 80%, 100%, those car drivers will stop the car and wait you pass by. So from this level, I think the Nordic countries in Europe, especially Western Europe, I have lived in Germany, in Frankfurt for more than half a year, and I found Germany was also very safe. And in Germany, you don't have to literally show your tickets or your transportation card to anyone on the bus or on the tram, but somebody will randomly check the passengers if they do buy those tickets. But these kind of things, it's really based on like a high moral standard, and it is really based on if you guys try to restrict your behavior in the country, and you do like if you do a self-restriction and try to follow the rules, I think it is more or less a contribution to the civilization level of the country. I think it is down to the per individual level, try to follow the rules. In the Shanghai metros, I saw like many times people try to, I don't know how to across the fence, because we do have those machines that allow you to pass those fence, but someone is trying to sneaking into there and sneak out. But these kind of things are more and more, less and less than before. Since the city applies more restrict rules and laws against those behaviors. So people are now think about if it's necessary to do some like a small tricky things or small criminal in the city, because if you trying to rob someone on the street in Shanghai and you try to run away, it's really dumb, because in 5 minutes all the policemen can catch you up and they know where you are. the camera turns on, and there's nowhere you can get away from that. So in this sense, it's like Skynet can watch you from every angle from the city. So try to escape from that. It's the biggest problem. You are making the biggest problem of yourself. So from this sense, I think, yeah, so this is what it is. And but I really against to do such kind of comparison, like to pick up one positive side in China and do a comparison to the Western society, because it can be like both sides are doing very good, but in different way. And you cannot like pick up one side, like especially pick up one side from China and then say this is the good part of China. Then you imply something which is bad in the Western society. So if you want to, I mean, if I want to say something good in China, I would just say this is a good part of China. I wouldn't to imply anything, you know, bad on the Western society, because you can get like both positives on both sides, you know. So this is pretty much what I'm gonna say about the safety comparison between China and the Nordic countries. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.